Okay, let me give two things on the whole paying thing. The most optimum thing you can do as a man is to just pay for the date. Like, that's the most optimum thing you can do. We can have conversations about what's equal, what's fair, etc. We can have conversations of all these non-traditional women still expecting, feeling entitled to, and demanding traditional treatment from men. But that really, at the end of the day, even the most, Andrew, you remember the girl from the last show, the OF girl, the porn star, wanted traditional treatment. Even non-traditional women who are engaged in sex work and are highly promiscuous still feel entitled and expect men to adhere to their traditional
There's
gender
entitled
roles.
people in the world, yeah. Not
So the
any
most
category.
optimum thing, because you don't always know who you're gonna get. You don't know really unless you have a conversation about it, which could be detrimental. The best thing is to just pay for the first date. But also, I'd recommend to men, if you are kind of like, trying to be a little frugal, you can do something for free, or you could do something simple like coffee, or go get like a drink. I think food dates are fucking terrible, especially for first dates, because it's just like, you always, whether you're the woman or the man, you always want an easy out.
Yeah.
Like, if it's just weird, it's like you don't want to be waiting 30 minutes for food and like feel obliged to stay. If you get coffee or if you get a drink, you can just dip.
I recommend like museums or something entertaining too, because then you can tell if they're interested in you or they're just like using the art and stuff to distract.
Word. But just last thing on so the optimum move as a guy is to just pay for it. But if the girl's down to pay, but she's doing it like she's a simp, I think that's the best position. But most girls aren't down to simp like that.
How do you like define like what's the barrier there? What's like
what do you mean?
What's simping to you, and like why is it optimal? For
like
a guy
she wants you so bad that she's gonna pay.
I don't know.
That's would be simping. But most women aren't about that.
Yeah.
But if they are, that's great, because then that's a better position to be in as a guy.
A woman could pick up the check with someone she's interested in, and it doesn't mean she's like simping.
True, but
I mean, I think it means like she's showing interest since it's so normal.
Yeah, it could be a little. It could be a little less intense than like full on simping, but when women simp for men, that usually is like men are gonna find that pretty appealing. Whereas when men simp for women, that's not. Women ain't going for that.
I don't know. My man's a simp for me now. I love him. It's
okay,
great.
Well, that's a little different. I'm talking like within the context of a
First
initial meeting, very early on. Last thing here from Mars. You said you took issue with my BLM movement. Big labia matter. What's up?
I thought we clarified that and said I don't actually have an issue.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I have an issue with the bowing. I decided that.
Oh shit! Why?
Because I don't think people should bow to other people.
Do you want to get married one day?
Yes.
So you want a man to get down on one knee, like a groveling?
I didn't say I want him to get down. He could just look at me and say, "Let's get married," and I'll say, "Okay."
Okay.
He doesn't have to get down on one knee.
But that's what a lot of people do when they propose.
I'm not a lot of people.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well,
I don't get it though. What's the problem with bowing?
I don't like the idea of bowing to another person. I think it's a very vulnerable position. Your face is towards the ground. The back of your head is towards another person.
But isn't it usually done as a sign of respect in Eastern cultures?
It is, but we don't live in an
Done
Eastern
as a sign of
culture.
respect even in Western cultures.
I don't like it. I don't think a person is deserving of that level of respect.
Should we pull up the bowing video?
How much respect are they deserving of? I don't get it.
The only one you should bow to is God, in my opinion. I don't think you should be bowing to another person.
Oh, I think you're kind of...
Yeah, but why? I don't understand that. Why not?
Sorry, what?
Why not? Like, if you were in Japan and there was a custom there to like bow to the host, would you do it?
I just probably wouldn't go to Japan, to be honest.
But Nick, can you play the bowing video?
Out of respect for the culture...
She doesn't like this video, because I always show this video where it's like, yeah, I'd want my girlfriend to bow to me when she greets me at the door.
I mean, you can get like a "what's up" head nod.
No, I'm getting a full respect bow. Look at this.
She can show respect in other ways.
Attentive. My food's ready. I've gotten home to my My $1 million penthouse.
She can stir the
Look
noodles
at
and
that.
feed it to you like a child to show
I don't
respect.
need the noodle stirring. That's a bit extra, but look at that. Look at that. Great techniques. The bow one more time. Go ahead, show this the bow. Boom. Huge. That's huge. Did you see the bow?
No, I didn't. Show it one more time, please.
Yeah, so I would want my girl to bow to me like that.
Okay.
You wouldn't do that?
No, I'd be like, sup.
The fuck, bro?
Would
what?
you take interest in a girl who's not willing to do that, like by any means?
No, it's not a deal breaker if she's not down
Okay.
to bow, but is it a
Okay.
big plus if she is? Oh, yeah.
Are you actually being serious? Like
Why
every
you trying
time.
to show me your bow? Let's see it.
No,
Stand up.
No,
What? Why not?
no, I'm
You're
asking.
Filipino,
Like,
right?
are you,
Do they bow in the Philippines? Is
they
that
do like bless.
They don't.
but
there's
that's
no,
like elders.
They don't bow in the
Yeah.
Philippines.
No,
bow?
that's like
I would prefer that.
Japanese.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna get
People.
canceled for making assumptions about. Okay. There's no bowing in the Philippines. It's more of like it's China, Japan, Korea.
Japan. Yeah.
They don't bow in China?
Well,
I thought they bowed in China.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'll have to ask my Chinese friends. So you wouldn't do a bow?
No.
So I got a question for you. In the Old Testament, when Abraham was called Lord, you said you only would bow to God, right? Why is it that so many of the male figures in the Bible are referred to as Lord? Would you refer to your man as Lord?
I don't think I would refer to my man as Lord. I would.
Why not?
I would respect my husband and I would submit to him, but I don't think I would bow to him.
Now, what if it just made his day better if you did?
I would bow if he would bow back.
No. He's not going to bow back. Let's say he doesn't
That's
ever
right.
bow back.
There are other ways to show
I
signs
don't.
of
I
respect.
would-
Yeah, I know, but that's what he wants, though.
Yeah, it's what I want.
It's not about you. It's about
Sucks
him.
to suck, bro.
It's not about any of that. It's about
Look at this trad
He
Christian.
says, I just want you to because I like it. And I want you to bow to me. Like, what is he doing that's wrong?
At
about that?
what point does the I like it end is my question to you.
At the bowing.
Just at the bowing?
Yeah.
No, I would not bow.
Can I say
Yeah,
you cited?
you won't bow. So let me ask you, what makes you submissive exactly to your Christian husband? I'd like to know.
I never said Christian, first off.
Well, I'm sorry. You said you would only bow to God. I assumed that meant you were a Christian. Am I wrong?
It's complicated.
Well, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? It's complicated. Are you a Christian or are you not a Christian?
I don't like to say that I'm a Christian because I feel like too many people who say they're Christians actually aren't.
Okay, well, that's fair. What would you identify yourself as then? Just somebody who believes in God?
Yeah.
And would this be the Abrahamic God of which you would believe that Jesus Christ was your Lord and Savior?
Yes.
Well, then that would be called what?
I mean, obviously Christian, but I don't like
All right,
to use
so
the
then
title
you're a
because there are so
Christian.
many
So
fake
then- so then
people
hang on, so
using
then
it,
hang
and
on.
I don't want to be
You're a
associated with
Christian.
them.
Would you deny Christ?
No.
Okay, well then you're a Christian. So
Okay.
here's the thing: if you would not deny, go ahead and deny Christ. If you're not a Christian, go ahead.
No, I do not deny Christ.
You're right, because that would make you what then?
In your view, a Christian.
A heretic?
No, in your view.
A heretic?
In your
I am
view.
somebody who believes in the God of the Bible. I do not like using the title Christian. The reason I don't is because so many people put labels on things because they think it sounds cool.
If we're gonna reference the Old Testament, why
good
don't we
angle.
reference?
But hang on. Back to this. I'm sorry. We've had a bunch of exchanges tonight. If you don't mind, I'd like to finish this one. I'm very confused here by this. Okay, you are a person who believes in Christianity but do not want the label Christian. Is this because you don't want the responsibilities that come with Christianity, which would include being submissive to your husband?
It's because I don't want somebody to look at me and say she's a Christian and then see anything that I do as a hypocrite.
So then how could you be a Christian?
Because people make mistakes.
Yeah, but that's not hypocritical that you made a mistake.
Hypocrite.
Christianity is not about perfection.
I would say it is. because you want to be perfect. You want to be more like God.
Well, sure, but I mean, you're a human being. You're going to fail over and over and over and over. That's okay. We understand that that's true. That wouldn't be a hypocrisy. That would be part of the Christian ethos.
Okay, then.
Yeah, so I mean, if that's true, and it is true, by the way, that nobody's saying that perfection in Christianity, I don't know where that idea even came from. It's the furthest thing from it that I could even imagine, is that the requirement of Christianity is perfection. Jesus came to absolve you of your sins because you're going to sin, right? That's the point.
Yes, I do understand that. But I think that you should still have I don't want to say facade, but almost you should be essentially perfect. And I don't want people to look at me and say she's not perfect and then call me out. So I would just rather not put a label on it.
So it would be better for you to reject your faith because you're concerned about what other people might think?
I'm not rejecting my faith. I'm rejecting a title. I'm rejecting hypocrisy.
Well, I don't understand. Why would it be hypocritical to identify yourself as a Christian even if you weren't perfect?
What do you mean?
Christianity is the faith and belief that Jesus Christ is Lord. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. You believe Jesus Christ is Lord. Yes?
Yes.
So then why would you reject the label?
Because I do not want people to look at me and think I'm a hypocrite because I don't do everything perfectly.
Yeah, but the requirement of Christianity is not to do things perfectly. Where on earth did you get that idea?
Buenos dias.
I don't know.
Buenos dias.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's super bizarre to me. But kind of coming back to this, if it is true, even if you don't call it Christianity, that you believe in the Christian ethos and you believe in what Christians believe, what about submission to your husband?
I do believe in submitting to my husband, but I don't believe that submitting to my husband requires me to bow to him.
Well, then that sounds like you're not submitting. It sounds like you're being willful,
fulfilling
right?
my husband's every single desire does not mean submitting.
That's not fulfilling his every single desire or submission. But what does it cost you to bow if he wants you to?
Doesn't take much. Bow is pretty minimal, you know?
Maybe in her Christian faith, in accordance with citations in the Old Testament, it's wrong to worship false idols. Therefore, she does not feel right in bowing to someone besides, as she said.
Well,
God.
That's nice. I'm glad
I'm
that
not
she can
Christian,
speak for
I'm just
herself.
quoting,
Plus,
like-
that argument makes no sense because bowing to somebody wouldn't make them an idol.
There
That's
is a
insane.
citation in the Old Testament where
Yeah, where is
several
it?
people
Is it in the I just made it the
died.
fuck up? Is it in the King James I just made it the fuck up?
No,
Section 5, verse 3?
when
Is
the
that where
father
it
and
is?
his sons died because they refused to bow before a false idol, that could be why she feels so.
You're not bowing for a false idol. That's insane.
I just don't
So
believe
anyway,
in
if
bowing
your
to a
husband-
man.
if your husband
I
asks
will
you-
do
if your husband asks
almost
you to just
anything
bow-
else.
Nope.
Wait, can I ask? I got a question. You said you do almost anything else.
Yes.
Are you waiting until marriage?
No.
You've had carnal knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. This is what's. I can try to frame this as a question, but like it's so interesting to me. You can ask women, would you bow for? Let's say you were weird. Your boyfriend, whatever, was weird like me. He just wanted the girl to bow. It wasn't like anything crazy. It's a very simple motion to actually undergo. And a lot of women would be like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. But what if your husband wants to, I'm going to be a bit vulgar here, put on your earmuffs if any of you are, whatever. You'll have women who refuse to like cook their husband a meal.
I will cook you food.
Okay, great. Or you'll have women who refuse to bow, but they'll happily allow their boyfriend to blast all over their face. I said it. Oh, you want just a facial, huh? But you won't bow? You won't make a sandwich, but you'll let me bust a nut on your face? What? Huh?
So I have a question. So bowing is a Asian form of respect.
That's right. Cultural
It's not.
appropriation. I'm
No, it's not.
culturally appropriating.
I'm asking.
No, we
Isn't that,
did all
isn't that
over the West
disrespectful
forever
by
and
cultural
ever and ever.
appropriation?
Well, okay, I'm making
Because
a joke.
so-
I'm making a joke, but actually, if you watch the Tudors and shit, they're fucking bowing.
Yeah, the West bowed. Where did you get the idea that this is just Asian?
No. What I'm saying is that in certain cultures, this is a way to show respect. If we
Yeah.
grew up in a culture where this is normal to show respect, I would show respect to my significant other in a million other ways. If you ask me to bow, I'll bow. I mean, if that gets
Let's
you
see it.
off,
Whoa, hold on. Let's see it. Bust it up.
you want me to?
Let's see a bow
Well,
right
I
now.
mean, it's unfortunate you're not my significant other, but I
This
would.
brings up a fine question, which is to ask this: are you saying that Japanese Christians who bow are not real Christians?
No.
Okay, what makes them still real Christians?
It's my personal opinion on bowing. Because it's part of their culture, they can do it.
Right. You
I'm
just don't
saying,
want-
but for me, I don't believe in that.
But what if your
I
husband?
do not believe in that for me.
But what if your husband?
yeah, you don't
wanted it?
want to, right? You just don't want to.
No, I don't
There's nothing
want.
sinful about it. There's nothing bad
I do
about
not
it.
want to
You
bow to my
just don't want
husband.
to.
I do not want to bow to another
Right.
human who is flawed, because I believe that there are certain actions that you should only give to God.
Okay, will you
And
curtsy?
would you not agree that?
Will you curtsy?
I'm sorry.
Will you come in and curtsy?
Yeah, let's see.
I
a
will
fucking-
curtsy.
She'll curtsy.
Okay, what is the difference between curtsy and the bow?
It's
I
actually.
just feel as though a bow
Feel.
is more. I think
feel.
that a bow is more respectful than a curtsy.
Why?
So
Because when you curtsy, you're upright, and when you bow, you're in a more vulnerable position.
No, a proper curtsy, I think you bow the front of your head as well.
Wait, what?
Can
What
I
is-
just say-
hold on,
Curtsy, not just like a doot.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
but I think you bow your head down with it.
You also kind of do bow your
Just
head
so
a
you
little
know,
bit.
you bow your head down
curtsy,
when you
but-
curtsy.
Wait, what? So is your primary thing like you're putting yourself in this like vulnerable position? Is
Yes.
that it? Would you be Little Spoon? Would you be Little Spoon while cuddling your husband? You realize how much more vulnerable of a position it is to be Little Spoon with your husband? This guy's a fucking jujitsu 10th degree black belt. He'll sink in the fucking, what is it called? He'll sink it in. What are you sinking in, bro? The rear naked choke. He's sinking in the rear naked choke. Boom, you're fucking done.
No,
Wait, what?
no.
No what?
I'll be the big spoon, and I'll do the chicken.
You've never been Little Spoon?
I have, but I don't like it.
Oh, she doesn't. Oh,
So
shit.
talking
What's
about
up?
jiu-jitsu, every class we bow
Oh, no,
to
no.
the
Oh,
coaches
God.
and the
This
masters.
chick's like a vegan.
I mean for
They always gotta
what
tell
I'm
you.
saying is to show respect in any way, you should show respect, and maybe you should be humbled.
She doesn't want to bow, bro.
I mean, if you walk into, like, let's just say hypothetically, you walk into a jiu-jitsu gym and at the beginning of class everybody does a bow,
got
are you
you.
gonna say no because you don't want to show?
I just won't
Just forget this
participate
fucking
in the
You
activity that requires that.
Wait,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't even
do you bow when you go to class? Exactly, because you need to be humbled and show some respect and maybe put down your ego a little bit.
But my point is, I believe that there are certain actions that belong to God, and I think that bowing
Is that
is a.
anywhere-
I believe that bowing
that-
is a very, very
It
respectful
cites
thing.
in the Bible
Is
that
there
bowing
anything
is like,
codified that it's like you can't bow in the
Of course
Bible?
not.
It is
It's the most
implied in the
ridiculous thing
Bible,
I ever
like,
heard. In fact,
yes.
she just got done saying it's cultural. So she says it's cultural, and Christians in different cultures can bow, and it's not an offense to God. How in the world can she say in her culture it is? That makes no sense.
For
It's insane.
me, it is an action that I do not give to another man or another human. It is an action
Yeah.
that I would only give to
Oh,
God.
so it's your
So
own
it has nothing
personal.
to do
it is my own
Christianity,
personal
so.
thing. I will not bow to a human
it's your
because
own
I
personal
look at it as
conviction.
such a high form of respect that
Yeah.
only God deserves.
Well, I bow to my priest when I'm in divine liturgy. Does that mean that I'm a fake Christian then?
No.
It's her
Okay,
personal.
It is my personal opinion.
She just doesn't want to bow.
Personal
It's kind of
opinion.
weird.
So is it just your personal opinion then that nobody should bow unless it's in front of God.
No, because I look at it as such a high form of respect that
Wait.
only God deserves. If you look at it and you're like, oh, it's just common respect and common courtesy, then okay, it's just an action to you. It's not the action itself, it's the meaning behind the action.
Okay, here, hold on. We're going to move on here, but last thing on the bow thing. I notice you're wearing the septum,
Yes.
the septum piercing. If your husband was like, yo, get rid of that shit, are you going to do it?
Sure. Sure, yeah. If he doesn't like, I will tell you why I got it.
But
I got
cows
it
over the top.
because
It
of
makes too
cows.
much.
Oh, you got it?
I love cows, and cows have nose rings, so I got a nose ring because I love cows.
The fuck?
That's my reasoning behind
You
it.
s-
Hey,
you are-
the main idol that comes to your mind in Christianity is a golden what?
Calf.
Oh, yeah.
I just think cows are cute, so I got it because I
was.
was like, I want to be cute like a cow.
Oh,
It's literally my stupid logic behind it.
Your boyfriend says, I don't want you wearing that.
Okay,
Take that shit off.
I can flip it up.
He's in Maryland.
I can flip it up,
No, he
and then
doesn't.
when he puts a ring on it, I'll remove it permanently.
Well, all right there. I'm sorry. That's good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud. We're making progress. All right,
Thank
we
you.
have Gigi.